Someone on Twitter said Jaguar Wright is a schizophrenic, and I believe him.
Welcome to the circus. Welcome to fame. Welcome to fame. Welcome to all these thumbnail thieves. Welcome to truth.
Oh, my son. Give him his motherfucking phone. Give my nephew his motherfucking phone. Sorry, y'all.
No bad juju. No bad booty. You love them.
Or do you want me to include you in my lawsuit?
I can try to help you if you...
Come running. Come running.
What up, words? Your boy Challz Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Keep sending those cash outs to CLBMG. Gang, listen, I have been sitting on this thought for a while. This Jaguar Wright situation has had me kind of puzzled for quite some time, and I just got to be honest. Right now, at this moment in time, when she just said Tyler, the little South African singer, is a, what did she say? She's a middle-aged CIA plant to distract people from the New World Order. Someone on Twitter said, they screenshotted that and said, Jaguar Wright is a schizophrenic. And that word stuck with me. And I was like, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And not to make light of schizophrenia or things like that, because I know several people that deal with that on a daily basis, and they take their meds and they are responsible with what they have to do to maintain it and to live healthy lives with it. So there's nothing funny about schizophrenia. What is funny about it is that people that don't know that she has it, they believe the schizophrenic rants that she speaks about. Now, I know my black card is in jeopardy. I know most of the black people online, not real life, but online black people and especially black Twitter feed in. They love Jaguar Wright. They cannot get enough. It is like crack cocaine. It's everything she says. It's almost as, or I would say just as addictive to black Twitterites as Azalea Banks. They're right there. It's like the same. You can't get a hit of Jaguar, get a hit of Azalea. Like, it's like, we're going to get some fix today. We need it, right? And I know that I'm supposed to smoke that Jaguar Wright cocaine pipe or whatever it is and like it. I'm going to be honest, at risk of my black card being taken, but my black card, like I said all the time, it's made of steel, baby. You can't take it from my hands. It doesn't go anywhere. It's stamped and it's official. Since the day my mom enrolled me into Malcolm X Elementary, my black card has been stamped and official. So what I'm going to say to this point is, I don't believe Jaguar Wright. I think she is insane. And the simple fact of the matter is, you're going to say, Challz, she telling the truth, Challz? Challz, she ain't been wrong about nothing. Well, let me just start here. Jaguar Wright, I stopped paying attention to her back when she was saying Common assaulted her, right? Common assaulted her. Questlove was trash. They were running trains on girls on tour. Like, all of that, right? And I used to listen to these videos. How old are these videos? I might be bugging. Somebody, the timeline is, they're old. I used to watch them. Go down a rabbit hole. Just watch them. Oh, my God. Oh, shoot. Malik B and Malik B. And, oh, my God. Black Thought. Yeah, what? Like that. And I started listening to them, and it started to like be like, yo, this starting to sound like somebody that's low-key bitter. Because she would go at these guys like, to me, I'm just going to be honest. If I got a bone to pick with these guys and I want to expose them, okay, I'm going to do that, right? I'm going to do that to a degree. And then I'm going to move on. but it was never moving on. It was always in Questlove and da da da. And the more attention that came, the worse the attacks would get. And the deeper the stories would go, and the more brazen these things would be. And they had her on a tour bus. This poor child, this poor baby, and they was pouring liquor all over her head. Like it was always an extreme, and it got worse and worse. And it was her as the hero in all the stories. And I started to be like, you know what? Then I would see their reaction to it. It would be like, I'm going to say this, and Questlove will put out a statement. Because one or two of the accusations would go viral as they do. And then it would be Questlove would come out and say, I wish Jaguar well. Like, she's obviously a troubled woman. And Common would say the same thing. He'd be like, I'm going to address this once. Jaguar is a little bit in her own space, and I wish her well. They would try to like tippy-toe, da-da-da. And I'm talking these accusations, they were so heinous that we needed cops to invest. Like, we need now. Like, go now. Go grab Common's ass now. Like, it was heinous stuff, right? And it started to be like, this stuff is going in circles. It's not going anywhere. I'm dead ass. This probably, gang, probably 10 years ago, 7 to 10 years ago. It was a long time ago when I used to see these Jaguar Wright. So, long time ago. I was like, and like I said, I feel like I'm a good judge of character. It's very few people that I can't see a little bit of something in you. Like, like there was always something with Diddy. Like, I don't know. Like, there's something about this dude. Like, it's always was something, right? And I just didn't see it in Common, right? I didn't see it in Black Thought. I didn't see it in Questlove. And I get it. I don't know these guys personally. I don't know what they're doing. But all of them are fucking trash. They're just drugging and raping and da-da. Like, all of them? This devious circle of just the whole Philly scene. All of them. That's what she's telling me. And Jill Scott too, right? All of them are trash, awful, disgusting, right? So it got to a point, I'm like, and then you look at her life, and it's like, your life low-key kind of not really that, you ain't doing too well, sis. Not saying that's a prerequisite for you, but at the same time, I started to realize, Azalea Banks, this chick barely has an apartment to live in. And she's always mad at somebody, and she's always something negative. And I realized, and not that I realized, but I already knew that somebody with nothing good to say ever usually is saying nothing. I feel like Jaguar is sitting around thinking of negative things to say so that she can get these interviews and stay relevant. Every single video about Jaguar Wright became a takedown of somebody. It was never about her new music. It was never about somebody good things they're doing. It was always antagonistic. It was always foul. It was always out to get somebody. And I was like, you know what? I can't watch this. I can't watch this. This is a person that seems like they got a vendetta low key, right? And then it started. I wasn't watching no more, but you cannot escape it because it goes viral here and there. And then it started to expand, right? The little Philly scene wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to drag freaking Talib Kweli. It wasn't enough. Now it got to get bigger fish. Because at first, Sean Carter, Mr. Jay-Z, was, I have nothing bad to say about Jay-Z. That man helped me a lot. And then it turned into, Jay-Z is disgusting. He's right there with Diddy. It started to be bigger fish. Who's bigger fish? Jay-Z, R. Kelly, Diddy, Harvey Weinstein, Epstein. Now it turned into, I'm going to talk about everything that is gross and disgusting. Now I am the cyber cop of YouTube. I am the police, the citizen's arrest. It's me. I'm going to clean up all of YouTube, all of society. Every rapper's trash, and we need to bring down the whole industry, everything behind it, right? And that is a noble effort to take on, to bring down a corrupt, shady industry. I love it. It sounds good. You ain't the messenger for it. because to me, I feel like you're ranting, you're raving. You've moved from smaller fish that nobody was biting on to bigger fish. Who's an easy target to say they're creepy? It's Puffy. Right? If I go on a rant about Diddy, it's easy. I can do that all day. If I go on a rant about Jay-Z, who's next to Diddy, and Jay-Z literally gets so much hate just because of who he is. It's just easy. When a man has bragged that long and been that braggadocious and made that much money and has done so many things that people didn't like, it didn't set well. He became the president of Def Jam, and then he kicked DMX to the curb. He kicked LL to the curb. They found so many reasons to hate this dude that it's easy to not like him, and it's easy to make up stories that seem plausible. So big fish, right? She started going after bigger fish. And then you started thinking like, wait, Jaguar Wright been out the game for about 20 goddamn years. How does she know all this stuff? Accusation after accusation after. I got people now. I have tapes right now. I got videos. I got proof. I got 3 girls right now that are willing to testify on Jay-Z right now. We got to stop the corruption, right? Goes on Piers Morgan. Says that Jay-Z and Beyonce are a nasty couple. They're nasty, right? And that old adage of why they haven't sued her yet if she's lying, because everybody's like, they haven't sued her because she's not lying, right? First thing about that, Jaguar Wright barely has a home. I'm just going to be honest with you. Not to take nothing from her or be disrespectful, but Jaguar Wright lives in motels and hotels. To sue somebody, they have to have a stable home. They got to get served. You got to have an address, right? For one. But for two, they went after Piers Morgan because he's a corporation. Jaguar Wright has nothing to lose because she doesn't have a boss that's going to tell her she went too far. She doesn't have someone that's going to pull and grab funds from her. You cannot pull zeros from zeros, right? There is nothing to sue. You can't stop her. You look silly trying to stop her because there probably is no bank account to pull anything from, right? And all she's doing is really talking. But when you go onto Piers Morgan, who has a super huge platform with bosses, Rupert Murdoch and people like that, that you can say, oh, you're going to let her sit up here and spew this stuff, then we're going to have a problem and we're going to hit you for quite a few hundreds of millions of dollars because you let her spit this on your platform. So you're going to take that little piece out about us being a nasty couple, and what we're going to do is not sue you. So for the people that's saying, well, why haven't they sued her? Why would you sue somebody you're not going to get nothing from? I'm just going to be honest. It's just like 50 Cent keeps suing Tierra Marie. But 50's petty. He don't care. He's suing her just to irritate and annoy her. And she does more work than Jaguar Wright. So she has a little money coming in and he takes it when he can. But that's 50. He's that petty. Jay-Z is not, and Beyonce are not going to, and all these other people, they're not going to waste time because when you sue her, for one, you're going to give her life and you breathe life into her. This Diddy case breathed life into Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright was on the fringes, on the outskirts of Twitter, doing these little fringe interviews with these fringe YouTubers that would take on these episodes of her. To me, they were manic episodes, and a lot of times. Anytime you said Jaguar Wright beside Orlando Brown, you're doing that for clicks. You're doing it for clicks. Anybody you set in the room with Orlando Brown, you're saying, he's crazy, she's crazy. Let's see what happened. You're not seeking the truth at that point. I'm just going to be honest. So Jaguar Wright goes on these wild tangents, and me being logical, trying to follow that, it makes no sense to me. But there's some people like this, and they listen to all of that, and they believe every single thing this lady says. I got a moniker. Make it make sense. How does she know that they're putting people in the car unconscious? How does Jaguar Wright know that Jay-Z put bodies in the car unconscious? Oh, you have proof? Then let's see the proof. You could have brought him down. If you're here to bring down Jay-Z and you got 3 girls that's going to testify right now and you got all this proof and you have the tapes, what T.I. say? Bring them out, right? He sampled Jay-Z. It's hard to yell what about rail in your mouth, right? Now, the simple fact of the matter is, now I know she's absolutely lost it at this point. There's a video of her crying. Some interviews asking her about whatever because she just survived a murder attempt. They're out to murder me. They're out to murder me. This is classic schizophrenia. Someone was following her for 6 weeks that Jay-Z sent to take her out. Gang, let me just stop you right there. I am worth $1 billion. I send a hitman after Jaguar Wright, who claims to have a bodyguard, a manager. And I saw the manager. Listen, my son could probably buff this old dude, slam out. One wild ass swing. Bop, sleep. Right? I'm just being honest. And I know he's like this rough Italian guy, it's whatever. I just don't believe the story. He's supposed to be her manager and bodyguard and all this. This dude looked like he couldn't run around this car one time. But he's the bodyguard and he's claiming that he's there to protect her. And they had a guy following them. The killer is following you for 6 weeks. Then he made a move and you thwarted the killer and survived. This got to be the worst killer in the history of killing. I'm paying you $1 billion to follow somebody for 6 weeks who live right there in a hotel. And then you still ain't kill her? That killer need to be killed. We got to kill the killer at that point. Make it make sense, gang. So let me just explain to you. Jaguar Wright wouldn't be here to tell this story. And it wouldn't have took no 6 weeks to get her ass. Dude would have hung the phone up and 20 minutes later, he would have had her and the bodyguard slam out. So I know it's crazy. It's schizophrenic rantings. No one tried to kill you. No one barely believes you. And if they wanted to silence you, let me just explain something to you right now. And I'm going to keep this as real as I can before we even get to the whole other stuff with this situation, right? About the son. The son thinks she's a demon. We're going to get into that. But Jay-Z could literally make one call to YouTube. Shut all that shit down. He don't got to sue Jaguar Wright. He can make a call to YouTube and be like, let's shut this down. I don't want to see shit else about Jaguar Wright on YouTube. You think it's impossible? You think it can't happen? You think she can't get banned? You think it can't happen? You think they put the word out that any YouTuber showing Jaguar Wright get their channel taken? You think they're going to risk it? So make it make sense that they need to murder her when they can just threaten legal action to anybody that puts her on and end it all. They don't sue her because she's not worth suing, gang. Just going to be honest. I know we love a good conspiracy theory. I know we just love it. Right? She has all kind of issues with everybody in her life, according to reports and her own mouth. Ex-husband, they can't get along. The son called her a demon. He went on Tasha K, right? He literally said, this is the picture of how I feel about my mom. She said, that's a demon. He said, yes. That's a succubus. Cuz man smart too, a succubus. Like I was like, damn, cuz you way into this, right? So I'm going to conclude this, gang. I know there are going to be people who dispute and refute me. And they're going to tell me they are all in with Jaguar Wright and that she is being persecuted because she is speaking the truth. And they are out to get her. I need y'all to understand, when they want to get you, they can. It's way too much money to have Jaguar Wright being the elusive one, right? I don't think she's all that elusive. I don't think that bodyguard is going to be that protective where they can't get both of them and everybody else that they want. Make it make sense. He allegedly killed the mistress, right? Jay allegedly killed this mistress, but he can't somehow get up with. Make it make sense. See, these are the same people who can't distinguish, right, a lie from a truth in a lot of these situations and don't want to, because we love a good story. We love a good mystery. Right? We love to think that it's these strange things going on. And yeah, there is a 1% that rules this world with money and things of that nature. And there are people that make a lot of decisions for the few. I mean, for the many. There are a few that make decisions for the many. You're right. Absolutely right. And there are a lot of seedy things going on behind the scenes. And there are a lot of people that make these things happen and make people go away. But I'm going to also tell you that Jaguar Wright ain't one of them on either side. Jaguar Wright is not important on any single faction. She's not important on the side of the people that have, and she's not important on the people that have not. Jaguar Wright is making a lot of noise so she can pick up checks here and there and keep it moving. You know how I know that? Because when they threatened Piers Morgan to remove the edit of the video, right? And he quickly apologized and edited the video out, that means they didn't have a goddamn thing. Because they would have fought Jay-Z ass and took their ass down with them 3 girls that they got in the tapes that she got in her house. The alleged tapes proof of Jay-Z doing his diddling or whatever he's doing, him and Diddy at the same time. So as soon as they would have called Piers Morgan, he would have called her and said, it's go time. Bring the tapes. Get your sources. We going to fight this fight. And we're going to take Jay-Z down. Nothing happened. Then she came out with this wild ass story about they tried to kill me. Right? So I'm going to leave it at this. Get some help. Or don't. It's your life. I have nothing to do with it. But at the same time, I am low-key just getting tired of it. I'm just getting tired of it, gang. It ain't making no sense. And I know people want to be entertained. Do something else and entertain yourself. I'm gonna catch you on that flip side piece.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.